Isaac, ready? Isaac? Ladies and gentlemen, the Governor of Mombasa, His Excellency Hassan Ali Joho.
Hey, Victor. Habari zenyu. Please, let's first of all observe social distancing. The practice is about arm length. Make sure you're ukiinua mkono moja uwezi ifikia mwingine. It's very, very important. Lazima tuongoze kwa njia ya kuonekana. So kwanza, kwa niaba ya kamati ya Mombasa ya COVID-19 Emergency Response Committee, mimi mwenyekiti na mwenyekiti mwenzangu County Commissioner Kitio, tunatoa shukrani kwenu kwa matembezi yenu leo. Tulisimama pale awali tukaomba tushikamane wakati huu mgumu wa janga ambalo halieleweki, halionekani na tuumiza kiasi kikubwa. So mimi kwanza ni kutoa shukrani kwa ule wema ambao watu wa Mombasa wameuweka na wameendelea kutoa, kwa sababu huu ndio ule muda wa sisi kujitolea kuangalia maslahi ya ndugu zetu, majirani zetu, wa karibu wetu, hata wale ambao si wa karibu wetu. Hakuna muda mwingine ambaye unaweza kujitolea kusimama na mwenzako, hasusan yule ambaye hana, kama wakati huu. Na nina imani sisi wote hapa ni waumini wa Mwenyezi Mungu kwa njia moja ama ingine. Ningependa kusisitiza kwamba hayo unayoyafanya hakuna binadamu atakuwa na uwezo wa kukulipa, isipokuwa ni baraka na neema ambaye Mwenyezi Mungu atawarudishia. Sisi ni kuomba Mungu, na nataka nisisitize kila mtu pale alipo afanye juhudi zake zote, na tusisahau kuomba Mungu tu sana, kwamba Mungu atufanyie yawe mepesi inshallah, ili tupate kuokoka na tupate njia ambayo tunaweza kurudi katika maisha yetu kama zamani. Tuna ufahamu mpana kwamba maisha sio kama yale ya zamani, na kuna shida zake pale katikati, kwa sababu ukitathmini namna ya maisha ya kila siku, sio haya ambayo tunaishi leo, kwamba lazima tuvae vizibapua na mdomo. Imekuwa ni jambo la dharura na muhimu kwa sasa, sio mazoea yetu. Lakini Waswahili wanasema lisilobudi hutendwa, na tunayatenda haya. Mengine si kupenda kwetu, mengine sio matakwa yetu, lakini tunayatenda kwa sababu tunaomba Mwenyezi Mungu atupe njia turudi haraka upesi katika maisha yetu ya kawaida. Mambo yanakuwa na tashwishi na vitisho. So for us to say we can ascertain the actual position as to where we are today, we'll be lying to ourselves. We really don't know where we are and how we stand. So all that we can do is to continue to prepare ourselves. It's continue to take cautionary measures. It is to continue to stand with one another. This is your point where you have to show selflessness. This is your point where you have to contribute in any way that you can. I keep repeating, it's not always about monetary contribution. It can also be in ideas. It can also be in sensitization. It can also be in passing the message that needs to be passed onto the ground so people understand. So that people understand. If we all continue to do this, then it's just a matter of time, and not so long we'll be able to change the narrative. all efforts that have been put forward by ourselves, national government, every government entity, every institution that I know of, civil society, clinicians, madaktari, name it, everybody is focusing on how we can flatten the curve. We haven't tested enough. We have not. Nairobi today, the Ministry of Health has started mass testing. We are starting ours soon. When we get to a point where we say we have tested thousands of Kenyans in a day, we will be able to truly determine the actual position on the ground. So things as they are today, let us continue to take cautionary measures. It is important. We do it for our children. We do it for ourselves. We do it for our families. We do it for the people we love. We do it for the people that love us. It is very important. So I continue to appeal to all of us with a lot of humility that this cannot be turned into a contest. It can never be turned into a competition. This can only be defined as humanity. So what you do today here, your contribution towards saving the future generations and ourselves, will be counted today. So my humble appeal to all of us, let us stand together. Let us unite and defeat this pandemic. We have seen success stories elsewhere. We want to be telling our story in a positive way. I know there's a lot of sacrifice. There's a lot of sacrifice, both socially and economically. I understand that. All of us, some of us have had to stay home. I only leave my house to come to the office for these purposes, and then I go back home. I'm not that kind of person of staying at home. I have been a politician almost half my life. I'm used to be on the ground. I'm used to interacting with people. But that now has changed. But in my heart, I believe strongly it's a temporary measure. At some point, God will hear our prayers and normalcy shall resume. And then we'll love each other, hug each other, play with each other again as a country. Isn't it? So I continue to pray and appreciate for those that have come forward and offered a helping hand. Mombasa is a unique place. We've always been telling people we are a special kind of people. We love each other. We define cohesion and coexistence. If you want to understand how people coexist, how people support each other, how people stand for each other, then Mombasa defines that very well. That is why you see everybody is coming out to offer support. When we asked for young people to volunteer, we did a simple online registration. Within 2, 3, 4 days, we got over 7,000 young people ready to give a helping hand. So that is who we are. That is what we stand for. We believe in helping each other. That is where our strength lies. So I continue to appreciate and say that only God can reward your good gesture you have brought forward today. Only God. We will pray for you. I will pray for you. Today, I will pray for you all my life, because I never imagined that there will be a moment in my life where I have to witness a pandemic such as this one. I never imagined. We used to read about pandemics before, but they never got to a point where you can't sometimes hug your own daughter. You can't. Yesterday I was in the office here, and I went home after that. My daughter was running to me, and I told her, no, wait first. I need to properly sanitize. I need to maybe take a shower. It's a painful thing. It's a very painful decision. But now, reality is that there are things that we cannot do as normally, like we used to do on our day-to-day lives. So much has changed. But if we follow the guidelines, the procedures, we look at best practices elsewhere and just emulate that, the conversation will change and we'll go back, or normalcy shall resume. So without much ado, really, I just want to say thank you. Mungu awabariki. Tena awabariki tu sana. And I assure you, the way we've built the infrastructure to handle your contribution, take it from me, not a single penny, not a single gram of food that you've brought here shall be put to waste. Everything shall be accounted for. Every donation shall go to the most deserving cases, and it shall be transparent. We have created an infrastructure that wherever you are, on a platform, you'll be able to see how your food was given and to who. And I'm glad or grateful that this whole initiative is being driven by the private sector. We've even had to say, okay, we have enough human resource capacity at that level. Everybody is offering to be in the committee. Everybody, literally everybody is saying, I want to be in the committee. So we've assigned duty to different people, depending on the needs. So we analyze, we're on the needs basis now to say when we need areas where we think someone can positively contribute, we now invite them and allow them. But otherwise, please continue to mobilize resources, continue to pass on the good message, the necessary message. Continue, wear your mask. You wear your mask. Yeah, it's not for design, thank you. To pass on that message so that everyone of us understands the true situation that we are in as a people and as a country. Tumekubaliana? Finally, we're trying all that we can. Probably Monday or Sunday, we should go and launch our standalone COVID hospital in Technical University of Mombasa. Right now, they're doing the gas piping, the beds, the equipment. We should be ready. Now, the next step would be to do mass testing. We will try as much as we can. We've seen even a new technology of creating testing kiosks that South Korea used, and now Delhi is using. We want to try and get that down here, so that randomly we pick everybody to come to be tested. When you get to that point, tuachane hii stigma wengine kwamba hakuna corona. Corona iko. Kuna wengine wanaye paka leo Afrika washiku na corona. Look at the statistics in America. Quite a number of black Americans have died. Hatuko tofauti, si rangi hii tu. So we need to move away from that notion that sisi ni Waafrika hatuwezi kushikwa.
Including 5 Kenyans in America.
Including our brothers. 5 Kenyans who died in America. There are cities or states in the United States of America that enjoy warm weather. You know, they have warm weather. So again, that notion of you having this whatever temperature, degrees temperature, you can't get it, it's a lie. It's a lie. If you go to Florida, it gets warm. And I'm sure even now it's warm. So don't fool yourself that because of hot weather, or you are a colored person, kama mimi, beautiful color of skin, yetu hii mzuri sana, but we are as susceptible just like any other person. The skin tone does not matter. So when we get to a point when we have to do mass testing, please be ready. Na ujitolee, sivyo? So I would like to invite my co-chair, a man I respect very much. He has contributed so much during this pandemic. He is always a phone call away. He's always on the ground. We have worked together, and if there's anything that we have learned over the period, is that unity can change things. And I'm hoping that all of us, as a Kenyan people, we should be able to learn that if we united, if we stand united, then there's many things that we can do to better the lives of the people. Today we know of no politics, we know of no affiliations, but to try and save the lives of the people. And it has worked wonders. So, my brother Kitio, you on behalf of the committee shall say a few words of some few remarks, and also do a list on, appreciate the list of the contributors that have come forward today. I see my friends from Gulf Banks, Carl, young people who have come together, some church leaders. So, over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Governor. Asante sana. And thank you, all of you, for availing yourselves and availing the contributions which you have brought. I will start from where the Governor left. All your donations in terms of food, cash, shall be accounted for fully, because we have a committee which is very accountable, and from the public or private sector. So that food, I can assure you 100%, it will go to the people who will deserve it. That one I wish to guarantee you, and to guarantee everybody else who has not contributed and who wish to contribute. Secondly, I want to talk to our people in Kiswahili and in English, particularly the people of Mombasa. Please cooperate with us, the authorities. COVID is real. It has killed people. And it has killed people even here in Mombasa itself. You don't need to go far. We have 32 cases in Mombasa already. And a good percentage of it is local. It is not imported anymore. You know, Mheshimiwa, every day people try to break the curfew on daily basis. Either they want to travel, they want to do something else. Please, this is not a security curfew. This is about a pandemic, and it can afflict anybody, anytime. So we must cooperate. The other issue I want to talk about is the cessation of movement. You know, the government has said there should be no movement into and outside of Mombasa, Kilifi, Kwale, and Nairobi. But people still want to travel in and outside of those areas for one thing or the other. Please let us stop that. Tutasambaza hii kitu. And I want to talk to employers. Some employers are pushing their employees, either wale walipatikana off in those areas or outside. They are pushing them very hard to go back for duty. That one should not happen. Employers should be able to understand. We get so many requests in our office to write clearance for that category of people. And we have said, no, we will not write. Let people remain where they are. Furthermore, watu wetu wa Mombasa, usitamani kusafiri kwingine. Saa hii kuna stigmatization ya watu wa Mombasa. Ukienda mahali umeenda, ukitamuka tu umetoka Mombasa, kwanza utaitiwa chief na public health na utakuwa quarantine. Kuna watu walitoka hapo wakienda mazishi Siaya. Wamefika usiku, wanaambiwa wazika asubuhi saa 2. Wanazika tu hivi, wanaambiwa wapande gari warudi Mombasa. Hata hawajakula, hawajafanya nini. So it is that serious. Please don't travel outside. Vumilia kwa hizo siku mpaka haya mambo yaende chini. There were other things which we put in place, some measures we put in place as a county. We have not reviewed any of them. That one should be very clear. Watu wa kinyosi, watu wa kushuka nywele, watu wa massage na wengine ikae hivyo until a time we shall sit and we make an assessment. You know, some of these things are localized. Some of those decisions are localized. Musisikie ya kwingine museme Mombasa is not the same as Kisumu or West Pokot or elsewhere. Mombasa is different kwa sababu tuko na magonjwa, and we have to be a bit strict kwa hizo maneno. So all those measures we put in place are still applicable until things improve. Kwa hivyo watu wasiweke pressure hapa na pale, oh tunataka kinyosi, tunataka nini. Wacha ikae hivyo. And there is another category, au walevi wa pombe. Siku hizi wanafungua bar na mlango wa nyuma, wanaingia ndani, wanafungiwa ndani. Alafu wanakunywa huko. I want to use a very bad term, lakini mtanisamea. Hao ndio wazungu wanaita jackasses. Yaani ni mtu ambaye haelewi mbele wala nyuma, lakini anaweza kukuletea shida sana. Sasa ni mpaka umbebe, umshike, kwa sababu ukimwachilia ataleta shida. Yeye anaangalia tu pombe yake. Bora tu ashibe pombe. Lakini angalii kwamba anaweza kutembeza nini? Maradhi. So we should be very careful with those guys. They pretend as if they don't understand, but they can cause problems. But we will handle them. Na ile bar, mheshimiwa, mimi naomba tafadhali. Ile bar tutapata imefunguliwa nyuma na watu wanakunywa. Tutawashika, tuwashtaki na county wanyang'anya hawa license. They don't deserve that license. Kwa sababu watatuumiza sisi wote. Basi mtaniruhusu nisome yale donations ambayo tumepata kutoka kwenu. Na tunashukuru sana kwa hiyo usaidizi wenu. Tuko na Gulf Africa Bank wametupatia 8 tons of flour. Skull Foodstuff wametupatia pesa taslimu 1250. Mombasa Youth Groups, foodstuff and sanitary pads. TUM Alumni Association, Technical University of Mombasa, 400,000 cash na foodstuff. Shalom Miracle Church, Bishop Wafula, ametupatia cash 307,000. Asante sana. Tunajua pia kanisa imefungwa, labda kuna mambo mengine imepungua, lakini tunashukuru kwa hiyo. Tuko na Seaboard Overseas 330,000. Correction, 333,000. Pragash and family 100,000. Kosela 250,000. Coast Development Authority 250 cartons of bar soap. Asante sana. Little Angels, I don't know whether it's DBO or CBO, food staff. CBO, food staff. Mama Mashinani CBO, food staff. Tuwapatia mama makofi, wamejitolea sana. Tuko na wengine pia. Adnur Limited 1 million. Roma Maritime Limited 500,000. Elms Groove Holding Limited 500,000. Brickliner Enterprises 557,000. SP Suppliers Limited 150,000. Unfarid Enterprises Limited 100,000. Costera General Supplies Limited 100,000. Prejam Enterprises Limited 100,000. Rolian Company Limited 100,000. Capital Graphics 100,000. Ruami Company Limited 100,000. Trinity General Services Limited 100,000. Rakesh Enterprise Limited 100,000. Conagrade Limited 100,000. Stanways General Supplies and Equipment 100,000. Pamasha Enterprises Limited, 100,000. Regiomax Holdings, 70,000. Above the Rim Limited, 50,000. Stana Investments Limited, 50,000. Jirani Mwema Holding, 15,000. Kolka Investments, 8,000. Then we have artists. Wale wametunga nyimbo, shairi na mambo mengine kuhusu mambo ya corona ambayo pia inasaidia kupeana message. Pia tutawatambua. Tuko na Susumila, tumpatie makofi. Amarila, Ordinary Bingwa, Corner to Europe, Chilibasi Bango, Cleanses, Space 65 Nyali, Modern Photography. Hao wote tunawashukuru kwa mchango wenu kwa njia moja ama nyingine. Asante sana. Karibu.
Asante. Sanitary, County Commissioner amesahau kutaja sanitary pads from Coast Development Authority, 350 cartons. Now let me say one more final message. Mimi unaniona hapa. I'm a very prayerful person. I believe in my God strongly. And my God has guided me all my life to be what I am. So I continue to pray. And most of the times, because I know my needs, I raise my hands by myself and I pray for what I want. So I believe all of us can raise our hands and pray for our nation and pray for the world. Sometimes it doesn't have to be collectively done, depending on the circumstances. And Bishop Wafula can bear me witness. Every creature who believes in God must say a prayer every night before they go to bed. They also must be thankful to our Creator for waking up every morning. So again, you say your prayer every morning. So I urge all of us, wherever we are, our God can see us. Our God can hear us. Our God sees what is in our hearts. Let us never stop praying. Let's continue to pray from wherever we are. And in our prayers, we need to pray for God's intervention during these very trying times of our lives. Sijui kama tuko pamoja? Tuombe Mungu tu sana. Mkienda kulala mnaomba, mimi nimeomba Mungu maisha yangu yote. Mimi si binadamu special. Mimi, I believe it is my prayers that God has guided me paka nikawa gavana wa kwanza wa Mombasa. I pray every day. Even now, in leadership, I pray so that God guides me on the path that is correct. You have to pray every day. So as we do all these other issues that is humanly possible, we need to go back to pray. Sivyo? Tuombe Mungu tu sana. Tukifunga tunasema, I am glad Victor Shitaha is here and he sits in the liquor licensing board. You're the chairman, right? You've heard what the county commissioner has said. We're hoping that those ambayo hawataki kusikia kufungua bar na nini na kitu hizo, you'll be able to deal with them in matters licensing. But the message to take home, if you think you can be so careless, and if you imagine that this thing is a joke, you find a way of opening your clubs, your bars, whatever it is, through the back door, and spread this disease. We are observing carefully. And let me tell you, the multi-agency sitting in the county commissioner's office and other places are able to track you down. There are means to know who you are and they'll track you down. So when we find you did this carelessly for purpose of gaining a few profits here and there, put Kenyans' lives at risk, we shall pursue you. Let you be assured, wherever you are, we shall pursue you. In instances where lives have been lost because of your carelessness and greed, Personally, I will push the DPP and the national government, and I'll even plead with the president. Some people, we should pursue them for matters manslaughter. Ujue hiyo. Mimi nitasukuma tena mbaya sana. Umeambiwa hiki tunatoa maisha ya mtu, lakini kwa sababu ya kupata vipeni vako kwa muda mchache, unafungua mlango wa nyuma. Ujue serikali na multi agency wana njia ya kufafanua na kukutafuta pale ulipo. Na kija tukikuta kwamba tulikwambia usifungue hii bar na wewe ukafungua kwa mlango wa nyuma, na Mungu kwa bahati mbaya ajalie mtu afariki kutoka na corona ambayo alibeba pale kwako, tutakutafuta for manslaughter. Mimi nitasukuma hiyo agenda. I will plead with the President of the Republic of Kenya, Mheshimiwa Uhuru Kenyatta, atusikize. Tutasukuma DPP because you don't put Kenyans' lives at risk. That's very important. Ni kitu gani hichi ambayo huwezi vumilia 1 month? Bwana na bibi. Bibi usafiri mwa bwana na kavumilia 1 month mpaka bibi yake arudi. Wewe ni nini huwezi vumilia? Si namna hiyo. Ni kitu gani wewe ambaye huwezi kufanya nini? And then also tunasema jamani, mwezi mtukufu wa Ramadhani unakuja. This will be a very different month. It pains some of us. Mimi, I'm used every day of Ramadan to have my iftar with hundreds of people. That's what I do. That's my practice. It's been my practice. And that probably this Ramadan, it won't be the same. It won't be. And I understand. I wish it could be different, but it is not. So tunaomba tu Mungu atufanyie yawe mepesi haraka. You know? Ili turudi katika maisha yetu. So sitaki kusema zaidi hapa, niseme asanteni. Mungu awabariki. CDA, Gulf Bank, pass my regards to Abdullah. We truly are grateful. Na vijana, that's the spirit. Mimi nawaambia, na kwa jina la Mwenyezi Mungu, whoever has been coming forward to donate kama hivi mmefanya, wallahi Mungu atawapa baraka. Mtabarikiwa. Na biashara itaingia. Na wale wasanii, Susumila, my friend, Above the Rim, Gates, and what have you, we're grateful kwamba mmetoa your contribution kwa kuimba na kupeana ujumbe, sivyo? Kuna wasanii wengi, si mko hapa, wako hapa wasanii. Usimameni tu hapa kando watu wakuone. Are you here? Kuja usione haya yuko.
Susumila.
Susu. Yeah, that's fine. We'll do it. Yeah. Mombasa's finest, Amakost's finest. You know, I wish I had a microphone tungempa imbe ya corona tu. Sio lazima tuwe sad, tunaweza furahi hata wakati hakuamini hata wewe. And so then you'll introduce the rest, please. Na umvikula leo mzee.
Asante. Habari zenu. Mimi message yangu ni kwamba watu tuchukue ni jukumu letu kulinda familia zetu, kwa sababu unajua uwezi jua. Wewe unaweza chukulia mchezo tu, lakini ukirudi nyumbani, mtu kama mimi na watoto naishi na watu wengi nyumbani, nikirejea sijui nawapelekea nini. So tujichunge, tuwe makini. Au sio bana? Kuimba leo nimbe bosi. Sasa nyimbo yenyewe eti lini utatupa nafasi, corona yoyo punguza kasi, sisi wanyonge twaishi kwa wasiwasi. Asanteni sana. Na kuna sana wenzangu wengine pia hapa. Mko sawa?
Introduce them.
Okay sawa. Sasa asanteni jamani.
Basi tunaona kila mtu anachangia kivyake. Mungu awabariki. Na sasa tutatembelea hiyo vyombo vya chakula. Na vile tunaomba for every track that we go to, we go with that group, picture ichukuliwe for record purposes. Sivyo?
Your Excellency, it's a humble request before you start touring the food stations na donations. Dr. Audi wako hapa ameandika kitabu, Leading from the Front, taking cognizance of the fact of the work that you have done mpaka sasa. They are here to present to you the cover of the book.
Wow.
Dr. Audi, karibu.
Whoa. You know, I've been hearing about this book online. Wanashangani watu gani hawa chap. Mungu awabariki bro. Tunawashukuru sana.
Sanjay.
So how are you going to do this? Where's my gloves?
It's
Somebody.
already been sanitized. Sawa, sawa, sawa. Maybe you should tell us a bit about the book, what it has.
Well, assalamu alaikum. Naitwa Suleiman Ndoro Junior, almaarufu najulikana kama Dr. Udi. Mimi ni mwandishi wa kitabu na pia ni entrepreneur. Na kitabu hiki cha Hassan Joho, Leading from the Front, is my 28th book that I've published. So the reason behind this book is that as a writer, I thought I should do something to contribute to the society. And as a book artist, I thought I should write a book, an inspirational book that as people stay at home and stay safe, they should read the book, get the good vibes and inspiration, the motivations. So the book, Hassan Joho, I've really been following you. You've been doing a very great work. And mashallah, this is the first time I'm meeting you in person. And the book talks about the good vibes you can learn from the life of Hassan Joho in his political career, in his response to the corona pandemic. So the book contains 14 chapters, and the chapters in the book are just only inspirational, that as you stay at home, you read and get inspired and at least have some good vibes and get good things from the pandemic, in spite that we're in difficult and trying times. So this is my humble gift to you all. And as a writer, I thought that I should sell this book at no cost. It's sadaqah for me to you, free of charge. I took my time and energy to write this book just for you to get inspired and get the good vibes. So as I finish, congratulations for the good job, and we shall always be proud of you. Thank you.
Your Excellency, Bishop Wafula is presenting a check.
My friend, my brother, my colleague, kila kitu hivi. And the other, the clergy should learn from me.
Thank you very much. Now if everyone is kusimama katika station yake so that we can come and tour. Thank you.
Nyama kidogo. Udi. Chada. kama ni sherehe zinafika wakati wake, kama ni kufurahia pamoja tutafurahia pamoja. Lakini kwa sasa sisi kama kina mama na hao wenzangu wote ambao wako katika ino mama tunazidi kwenda mashinani kuhamasisha kina mama kwamba ni vizuri watulie nyumbani. Kama hawana sababu yote ya kutoka na wasitoke nje, kama watoto wasitoke nje, ni vizuri tu tudumishe tu ile social distancing na pia kuweza kuweka usafi kama vile idara ya China. Tunawashukuru sana.
County Secretary, County Commissioner, I think we can also use their network to distribute masks sometime. Also we get them properly taken care of.
Thank you so much.
Excellency. Little angel.
Little angel. Hey, you look like angel yourself. Nada. What is
Mimi nashukuru. Mimi naitwa Amani. Ni kijana nimejitolea kusaidia mayatima, wanawake wanaokuwa barabarani usiku. Naingia bila manyumba, nashindana, kwa kuna siku check up, lakini nimeshughulisha hatimaye. Ndio nimeletewa nayo mpaka hapa. Na nashukuru Mungu na moyo ambao niko nao gavana, Mwenyezi Mungu akuweke na kuzidishia. Na 2022 tena.
Mambashi moja top kabisa.
Chukua Dar es Salaam.
Dar es Salaam.
Dar es Salaam. Ya, mimi kutoka Dar es Salaam. Hii DHK original.
Asante. Where is Esther Ingolo? I saw her here.
Esther.
You need to recognize these young people. Support them in the cause that they're doing with you. You register them in the county and you see how things are going. You know Esther?
Ninafanya kumsikia.
Sasa.
Haya, shukrani mheshimiwa.
How are you, sir?
We decided on a club. Money and buy food stuff. In the beginning, we thought that we would
Nini baba? Uko peke yako una
By default, you are one of us. You have to want to appreciate what institution. Currently, there's something
Zio zenyewe zilikuwa zilikuwa